Hey guys, movement progression for today. So we're going through base volume and the full movement progression of the WOD for today with the dumbbells. So for base volume, we're going at about 70% intensity, so that's a little bit more than what the original warm-up was, not quite as much as the full WOD. So we're doing 3 rounds, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, of both exercises, overhead dumbbell squat, which will include modifiers, and seated dumbbell Z press. So we are, for the overhead squat, the full true form, if you're able to hold it over your head, is just as follows, making sure your butt gets nice and back and nice and down. If you're not able to hold the dumbbell straight over your head, go ahead and hold it right at your shoulder, just like Coach Mo is doing. And then the final modifier for that is just to have the dumbbell down at your chest and just a little quarter squat, maybe a half squat if you're able to. So 30 seconds on, 30 seconds rest, back and forth. 3 rounds each. For that one, which is the dumbbell overhead squat, and for the seated dumbbell Z press. So for the seated dumbbell Z press, you guys are gonna have dumbbells straight up top here. We're going from down at your chest, up to above, getting that head in between the window there, being able to get the full range of motion. The modifier for that is actually to stand. So when you're seated, it gets a little bit difficult sometimes to weeble and wobble and not fall down. So if you're not able to keep yourself upright from the seated position, we can do standard ones as well. So movement progression for what we're going to be going through on the 4 different exercises. Again, dumbbell renegade rows, dumbbell floor presses, sit-ups, and air squats. So for the renegade rows, you're going to be in a push-up position. You're going to have the 2 dumbbells right beneath your hands, and you're going to row up, break that plane of your back with your elbow, and back down. So the modified version, Coach Mo is going to go down to her knees, repeat the same motion, and finally, again, from the floor to on your feet is the most beginner version. Again, if you're not able to get up and off the floor by yourself easily. So 3 to 5 per arm for those, whichever style fits you best. Now for the dumbbell floor presses. So 3 scales here. We're going to have scap push-up. We've got against the wall here. So Coach Mo's scapula's pinching her shoulder blades, just letting her body kind of come down without bending her elbows. That's a scap push-up. Then we have a full push-up, that also on the wall. Modifiers from the beginning all the way up to the true exercise. Coach Mo's going down to her knees, full push-up, then onto her feet for full push-up there as well. So we're doing 5 scap push-ups, 5 regular push-ups, and lastly, the dumbbell floor press here. Again, with our dumbbells, if you are able to, and revisit those modifiers from earlier in the video. So we have a dumbbell floor press, kind of like a bench press, going straight down and straight up. Those elbows can only hit the plane of the floor, so that's as deep as we're going. Try to keep your elbows a little bit tighter, not all the way in, but not 90 degrees. Lastly, we've got sit-ups and air squats. So the sit-up progression, we're doing 5 to 7 reps of the sit-ups. So the first progression is just a little bit of a crunch if you're not able to get all the way up. The next one's holding underneath your hamstrings if you have a little bit of trouble getting all the way up. And then the full, obviously, sit up, touching it behind your head and in front of your feet. So air squats, while Coach Mo gets back onto her feet, we've got 5 without a pause and 5 with a 3-second pause at the bottom. So we'll go through some of the progressions here as well. So using a bench, a milk crate, a chair, your sofa, Mo is going all the way down and all the way back up with a slight or no pause at all. And then as far as getting to the next progression there, she's going to do just a baby squat, not quite a full one. If you're not able to get all the way down, that's okay. And then obviously the full squat is the 3rd progression. So 5 without a pause and 5 with a 3-second pause at the bottom, just as she's demonstrating there. Good luck guys, have fun. Fumbled a little bit, but it's